Hello everyone and welcome to today's PhotoBiz Live where we're doing website reviews. So if you want to have your website review, we have a form you can fill out in our description. It's first come, first serve, so we'll take a look at your website in future ones. But if we have time today, we can also take a look at it, so leave it in the comment section. Again, we're going to look at some websites, see what they're doing, see how they can make improvements, or see what they're doing that can improve your website. So sit back, we'll give people some time before we get started. And yeah, thank you for joining me. All right, let's go ahead and get started. I got the websites loaded up and we're going to go ahead and dive right on in. Again, if you're joining me, this is for website reviews. We're going to take a look at some websites, see what they're doing, see how we can make improvements, see how they might be doing something really awesome we can add to our own websites. Again, if you need any help, you can always check out our blog.photobiz.com. You can check here for tons of updates when available as well. I can already tell our browser is going to be fun today. Sometimes it likes to freeze. But you can go to our blog.photobiz.com. You can check out what's new. Recently, we've made a bunch of updates to the to our system as well. So you can check in there. You can see we have some PhotoBiz AI one-click text editing. So if you want to have immediate text updated in your website that you've written out, that'll give it more clarity and more for your brand, you can do that here. Or if you're just out of ideas completely, you can also ask for updates directly here as well. You also have the option to check out our website builder. Has brand new video layouts, so tons of brand new layouts for that. Definitely looks awesome, can make your visuals look stunning. You also have new car testimonial layouts that are available as well, just to give your website a little pizzazz, and also those custom quotes and visuals along with that. You also have brand new ways to upload videos directly to list blocks that are just going to make it look more beautiful than ever. And right here you also have some brand new side panel and calendar view options for the scheduler. So we've made a ton of updates within the last month. So there's tons of great features here that you can check out anytime. You can also check out our blog for more cool tips and tricks here as well. You can see that we've recently done some interviews. We also have tips about SEO, AI, and just overall how you can perform better as a business. All right, let's dive right on into our first website for today. This is Forest Gallery. Forest Gallery, and they have a pop-up right away, which is from Constant Contact. So I'm just going to click off on that. We have a banner, we have some images, and that's pretty much it. So let's take a look at our banner here. So right now, immediately you have white on a washed out background with a gray button. You can barely see the call to action and what you needed to do. Things I would recommend: either put the opacity from a white to a darker tone. Contrast will be added versus being washed out. I think it'll look more gorgeous that way. It also will let that 2025 portrait special text really be visible versus being kind of washed out as well. And the button itself might stick out better, or I would recommend changing the button color to either a solid versus this ghost shape, or putting a higher contrast color on top of that. It just gets lost in there. Now we come down to here, preserve memories of your family forever with heirloom portraits, which is great. We can see that you're located in the footer where you're located at, but this is a great place where you can add some details as well. So I might recommend directly beneath this section or below here, adding some information about, where you're taking your types of style of portraiture, where it's located at, and how that can benefit. This is really helpful for SEO. So lets people know what heirloom photography means. Mostly focused on families and stuff like that. That's something that you can really write in there and get into the nitty-gritty when it comes to styling your website and making sure that it's visible. Another thing is, I see your logo is like on a card when it floats down, so that kind of looks a little funky. I would try to find a transparent background when possible. We also have many items up here in our menu. Oh, and this reappeared. I'm guessing it has a time limit. So we have our home, we have a weekly drawing, complimentary senior session, certificate registration, request contact, about us, galleries, testimonials, investment links, giving back, children's specials, our blog, and terms and conditions. So some things I would definitely recommend is maybe put your some things down in the footer. So terms and conditions could go down here, other things like that. You definitely want to stick to around 7 items up here. Right now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 total items. Now you have a rollover effect here. So think about how you can do that. So, maybe in here with the testimonial, giving back section, you could have all those types of things listed here. Investment and all that stuff. This is great. Your About Us could have a roll down effect of about like testimonials, giving back, children's special, anything like that, just to keep things more concentrated. You can have certificate registration underneath investments, complimentary items and things, and even weekly drawings can be down in here as well, or at least call out a little bit differently. But I would condense some of these items into drop-down menus, or even putting them in the footer, because it's just taking up a lot of real estate here when we really want to see your home, your galleries, your testimonials, your About Us, and your contact page, and your blog. Those are the ones that you really want up at the top. The rest are great to have, but you can probably relegate them in different areas. All right, let's jump over to our second item, which is a weekly $2,000 drawing. So let's check a look at that. Okay. Okay, very simple, straightforward. Enter to win portrait. You might want to give a little bit more details, or at least put that information where people can search. Like, hey, I'm looking for photos in said area. That this might come up as an option for them. But other than that, I think it's fine. I might even want to make all this centered out since this is kind of squared off anyway. I think that would look really nice. Yeah, just kind of like this. This looks good. And this is very kind of more of the same of the weekly drawing. I think this looks good. I think I would make the call to action a little bit easier to see by making it a higher contrast color. That would be nice here. Very similar to the other pages, just more details when possible. Okay, request contact. I think you can just put contact. You don't have to have the word request, but that's fine. This call now is kind of long, so we want to fix that. I would also, we have this December family portrait kind of tucked in here at the bottom. There might be a better way to put that somewhere. You might even want to put this on the home page at the bottom section right now if you're trying to get people to see some things. It's kind of hidden. I wouldn't know to go below and see that. And if that's something that you're interested in utilizing, I definitely would recommend putting it out there. But higher contrast on this. I think that would look good. Let's check out the About Us. Again, call now. Let's fix that. Simple matte. Looks good otherwise. If you're able to put a photo of yourself, unless there's multiple photographers, I definitely recommend putting you on there somehow as well. Let's check out the galleries. Love this, looks great. Some things you can add to here is add some conditional things like where you're located, who, what, when, and why, right? We have the why, now we need the who and where, right? So let's get that in there. But otherwise, great looking gallery, love the squared off look, and you end with view more. What you could do also at the bottom here, you could put a call to action, and you could put the call to action here, like what you see, book now, something like that. Ooh. Now this one goes into a lot of heavy text. Now, I definitely would recommend breaking this up when possible or utilizing different styles and layouts because this is a lot of text. Most people aren't going to read it. They're just going to go right past it. So if there's any details you want them to see, they got to now comb through it. And people have difficulties reading in general, especially when it comes to lots of text. So always pair text with an image when possible. So maybe you can break it up. You could have this and then boom, an image next to here. So just think of other ways to stylize this page. I definitely recommend adding some images to update it. Some other things you could do is you could start with this top part here and then below tuck it underneath the images here. So that way at least there's getting some information out there. That way people can get straight to what they're really there to see, and that's the gallery images. Because I'm coming here, immediately I come to this page, I'm like, oh, I thought this was a gallery. So just something to recommend. Like this is better because it goes straight to the heart of what you want it to. And then add those details below, contact now, etc. below it. Same thing, this looks great. Just add a call to button. It looks good. Again, just make sure you have your who, what, when, and where about you in any page. That'll make the pages more targeted. And then add that call to action. It'll make it a landing page on its own. Same thing with this page. So pretty much all of them are similar except for the senior one. That one's the one I definitely would do a lot of modifications to make it a little bit more straightforward, get to the point, get some details. But all the rest, I just want to make sure that they have the context clues of where to find you. So when people are searching for expected, maternity photos, that comes up when they search for you. Because right now I see Forest Gallery, and then I see maternity session, but where at? So we want to make sure location are also there. All right, let's check out testimonials. Simple enough. What I might do is we have some new little card effects. We also have testimonial blocks that you can utilize that I think will just make this page a lot more attractive at the end of the day. Right now, again, it's a wall of text, and you have different size fonts and boldness kind of popping up here and there, and it can look a little abstract for some people trying to read along. we have this children special here. We it's for February. I'm guessing maybe of the previous years or next year. We also have the word April's here. That I don't know the context of there. I'm guessing this page has leftover words. Let's check out our blog. Last time you blogged was in last January. Before that was 5 years before that. So definitely try to blog more when possible. This is good information, but I would make sure that it's livable text. Google can't really see images, so this is just here. It's not really saying anything. You know, people can go here and try to read it themselves, but the intent of a blog is also not just for education, but also searchability. So right now, this blog page, Google is seeing like nothing on it. Think of it as being like, you know, someone that has no ability to see. I'm looking at this page, there's nothing here. I can't scan anything to tell it to read me what it says. So just be aware that you should make sure that your blogs are more text oriented versus static images. This is good. Maybe add some call to actions, and again, context clues. Where's the garden? Which garden? Make sure that's visible. If it's their home garden, etc. And then for your terms, change the styling. It's a lot, and now it's been squished and narrowed down. So definitely want to make those types of changes when possible. So Forest team, I think the website's good. I think there's some modifications we could do for styling just to make it a little bit more modernized and also make it more optimized for search. Definitely recommend talking to our team, see if there's anything you can utilize on that side. They can assist you with that. We also have some services down the line. Our coaching service could be really helpful for you because I think in one day a lot of those changes can be done and you won't have to worry about it, and it's very affordable. So something to recommend on that side. If you need more help, always chat with our team. They can assist you on that stuff. All right, let's check out our next website. Fernanda. Okay, let's see what we got going on. Right away, we see the holiday sessions. They're trying to get it right in front of people. We have a pop-up for a WhatsApp type of chat. We have some rotating images. We have another set of rotating images. Definitely recommend. I'm guessing this is all for the holiday, so I understand that. But I think you can reinforce it slightly different because maybe you remove this banner for now till you get, because now you have a lot of similarity. It's very, very front loaded. We hadn't even got to details about your business yet. Okay, so we finally get to, and we don't need this one. If we got so many images, you can remove this one here and go straight into studio details. I think that would be good. Another thing you could do is actually write about yourself on the page. There's no details other than the welcome to here. I definitely would try to make it a little bit more personalized to your business. Welcome to our newborn maternity photography studios. I opened a brand new studios here. Great, that's good details. But I definitely would recommend like writing about what you're doing personally to these families a little bit more. You can see a little bit in here, but you can make it more stylized and more approachable this way. Just getting it right out front towards them, because most people don't see a map and think immediately this is the welcoming message. They look at that as more as like a detail-oriented section where they're going to find out more about the business and how to go to you. So just want to let you know about that stuff. All right, then we got some blogs here. Looks like you blogged recently, so that's great. Let's check it out. Got some great details. Something I would do, it's got some great information there. You don't have to show every image. That'll help with just making it a fast page for Google. Another thing you can do is, pick your favorites. Pick like 5 of your favorite photos. And if they want to see more, you can make a deeper gallery page for it. Another thing you can do is, I love all this information here, but you see they would have to go through so many scrolls to get to it. Definitely would recommend not having it that way because you want to get to those details faster. Something you can do is add a call to action here, getting them to book right away at the top. Another thing you can do is add those context clues. Where did you take them? to take these photos. I think that'll help too, because when people are looking for, oh, maybe they're near me, or maybe we can go out shoot in this location, those types of details can be in this section. Oh, hang on. Looks like the browser froze. So I'll start again right here. So yeah, just for your blog, just make sure that you're putting the context clues there. When we're looking at like your home page, you got a holiday session here. Then you also have a banner. Then you go right into the menu items. Then you got another banner. Remove this banner. You don't need it. For this section here, you do not need. I like this section here, but I want more information, kind of more front and center about your business, because this information can kind of get lost on people. As for your next blog, let's take a look. Great details. I'm guessing this is in studio. Definitely talk about how you do in studio. Again, you don't need to put every single photo you shot. I definitely would like maybe trim it down to like 5 to 10 images only, because there's going to be some details down here at the bottom that they're not getting to. So make sure you have call to actions to book with you as well on those moments and segments as well. Nice little Instagram. Nice reviews. That looks good. That looks good. All right, now let's jump over to our pages. So you have multiple packages. Nice little breakdown. Nice bit of information. Is this an image? It is an image. I think that's cool. Let's see, how's it size? Okay, yeah, not a bad idea. You're using banners in an interesting way. That's good. Just beware, if you wanted this to be readable for search abilities, this won't be searchable for like people looking for like pricing, but it's fine. It works the way you intend it to, and it's scalable, so it looks fine. I like the options here, being able to click around scenarios. Definitely getting a lot of white on this page now. What is going on? Guessing these were the images. Okay, great. Again, cut it back. It's a lot of images. Just show off like 6. You can have 6 to 8. I only want to see this many. So show your absolute favorite. It doesn't have to be all the photos from a session, because now it's way too many. Like, this is a lot to explore. Just give them a taste. You don't have to give them the whole buffet, and then jump down to the next looks. Just give them a taste, because now I'm exhausted, and now I got more details to read over, and a lot of this stuff just gets lost. Looks. This is cool. I like the idea of this, but again, I think a lot of it is condensing. Like, I think you got a lot of great ideas. You're showcasing too much when you want to kind of pull back a little bit. Show only sample photos. 3, if I was doing it myself, I would have right up here at the top. We got this. This is a great sampler. That's all I needed on that. And then we see the price availability. I would skip all of this. I don't even need any of that. And I get right into outfits, so they can kind of see the options that are available for it. I think that would be really cool. Yeah, and then go from there. I think that's what I would do for this page type. Let's check out your newborn. There might be some similarities. If I remember, yeah, it kind of goes down. Looks great. Love the way you're utilizing the new banner types. Way too much space here. I would pull that up. Pull that up. Like seeing the pricing here at the bottom, sending a message. Oh boy, this is a longer page than I expected. I didn't realize it was only 20% through. Yeah, it goes back into, you have a lot of details. So what are we doing up here that we can't relegate there? Okay, so you're telling your story. I like this way of telling stories, but then we get down to here, we're telling about the customization. I would fixate this. This is taking up a lot of real estate. I think you can pivot to maybe it's 3 across like this, kind of like how we're doing something like that. I think that would look good here. Done. I think you could, it's a lot of information here. I think some of the stuff can be relegated to other page types that are purely about, like you could, I mean, I get it. You're trying to put everything on one page, but it is a lot for someone to take in, you know? Um, when we're looking at pages like this, like look at how much details there is. We're not even a quarter down. So when we're looking at a page like this looks good. I don't think you need this. Let's remove that now because we're just taking up a lot of space. Because you can go boom straight into there. I feel like this is kind of already being answered up here a little bit, and will be answered below the packages. Like here's the experience, so we don't need to tell how a newborn session works because you're telling it all down here, or you can remove all this because we're telling about how a newborn session works. Now you're showcasing style and color. I think this is a cool idea, but I think it's way too big. I would do it in very, very small spaces. Like just do like little tiny ones. Hey Matt, maybe I might be able to. I got one more to review after this. So I really like some ideas. I just think you need to condense some of this information down to make it a little bit more easier to digest. There's just so much, and that can be overwhelming to clients. I get what you're trying to do, but I think for me, I wouldn't know where to start. Like I'd be like, okay, I guess I literally would have to go all the way at the top and read every single item, and then you're tucking in your pricing in the middle for packages, where typically this would be like at the end of a page. Like this could be the page itself. Done. Right? But then we have how it all works, color choices, more samples, examples, and much, much more videos and stuff like that. Like I would restructure this page. This could be something that if you wanted us to look into, I could showcase how it's done. So when I send this to you, you could tell me more about it. Maternity photos kind of follow a similar path. I'm guessing most of these are going to be very similar, which is good, but they're going to fall into the same pitfalls of overselling, if that makes sense. It's just a lot. There's a lot to share. We see everything. I feel like there's ways to make this information more condensed. Because most people aren't probably going to make it this far. They're going to get to, without you holding their hand, they're going to get to about here, if they get it to here. That's it. They're not reading the rest of the page. Maybe at later times, but the most intentional part is selling, right? So for a sales page, it's too much going on when we want to get a more direct funnel. Okay, this is stylized a little bit different. I think you can remove some of these images because they just kind of end the page, but other than that, strong page. Yeah, this is a stronger page. You maybe change some layout options, but overall it's a stronger page. You get straight to the point faster. That's good. We want that. Check out birthday page. Same thing. Good observation. I like the ideas here. I mean, these pages I feel are stronger because they're getting to the point a little bit faster, so that's good. Family page. Not bad. So maybe some choices I might tweak here and there just to make it more visually interesting. But overall, these pages I feel are better because they're getting to the point faster. The other pages are so dense with information, I kind of get lost where to navigate to. But at least with these, boom, I'm already at a booking option, and then there's some. This one goes a little bit long in some spots compared to the other two, but overall, I like how fast these are. And we have season. How's this different from holiday? They look identical. Just something. You might not need that other page. Jump to the about. I think, again, we can condense this. I like some of this stuff, some of these photos. You in action's great. Then we can go straight into here, but I only really need like 3, so you could pick like maybe this one, that one's cute, maybe, or one of these where you're like, posing the child, maybe a one color one. Either way, I think there's some cool stuff that you can do to get to this area faster. I want to watch the video. We're kind of letting the images take away from that, where we really learn about you. Availability. Okay. So you have it set up for that calendar type. They can click in, choose. And then schedule that way. Okay. Very cool. I like this. Is it too many circles? I think I would change the layout. Circles just kind of look too much after a while. It's almost like a Christmas tree right now, which is kind of fine. But I definitely would change and modify it. Circles kind of are good in a playful manner, but I definitely would recommend it because you're kind of losing image. You lose image with a circle, right? So, we're losing some head here on all the maternity ones. This kid might get cropped out. Things to think about when we're putting that out there. Oh boy. I'm guessing these break up into individual ones. Yeah, is that right? Yeah. Oh, sorry, the browser keeps freezing again today. So this is a cool idea where you have the blog set up this way. I definitely would recommend changing it. There's different ways you can categorize things. And I think this is really cool, but I think you can stylize it differently. Having the buttons, it's a lot of buttons. It's a lot of buttons. We can visually make that look more interesting. You can even change the button type. There are things that you can do. There's a code that we could give you where it makes the buttons go all the way across this shape, and that would look more attractive. We have them all on our social page styles. I think that would look way more attractive versus these all different shapes and size buttons, if you want to stick with the buttons. As for your blogs, we've already looked at them. Overall, really good. Straight to the point. Yeah. So overall, I think you have a lot of great, beautiful visuals. I think there's some things I would modify just to make it look a little bit more attractive. I would also find ways to condense information. I know there's a lot of details there, and it's probably really important stuff, but there's a way we can have those pages hidden that lead to a lot of those deeper details that are a little bit more concise and getting them straight to your sales funnel, or we could condense that information. There's a lot of bloat on the page that I would just extract just to make it a little bit more simplified at the end of the day so people can get to what they're looking for faster. And you can say, hey, just go to this page and click there, versus saying, hey, go to this page, scroll halfway down, then click on this item. You get what I'm saying? Or go all the way to near the bottom to click on something. I think it'll just help you out in the long run, make a better, more successful website page. All right, let's check out our next one. This one is Fame by Design. Let's see what we got going on here. Got some cool little bit of information. I'd love to know the location though. You can put that lifestyle and branding portrait and headshots in, location. So we have some information. Just I want to see where they're located at. Oh, they got text popping up here and there. That's why I was wondering what's happening. Be beautiful. Okay. Okay. Overall, very simple page. Make sure that Atlanta is here in the context at the top. That just helps find things, makes it easier for Google to search for you. Overall, really nice, simple, straight to the point. Booking your information, got who, what, and when and where. We just need to put the location a little bit clearer on here. Let's go down here. Great little section. Great photo of yourself. Couple photos, schedule a call, nice little call to action. Oh, we got the FAQ directly here. That looks good. Using the collectibles, nice. Got another book here. So yeah, I like this. This is a really strong page. I think this looks really clean. Yeah, I like that. Check out your gallery. Yeah, there we go. Based in Georgia. There we go. Looks good. Very simple. Might want to change the text here. This gets it's a little hard to read. This yellow is a very similar contrast to the white. Same thing with here. This yellow, it's just the font type. Or this is a little bit more solid. This is a little bit more transparent. Definitely want to fix that. But other than that, I think this is a really strong page. Got a beautiful looking gallery of stuff, straight to the point. Yeah, overall, I think this page is simple, very straight to the point. Things you could do in the future if you wanted to, because we're going to go to our contact us page. You could add a page about, an investment page or something like that, like what they're getting out of it and how this improves their life. Especially if they're going into headshots or branding, anything like that. And just beware with yellow. Yellow is a tough on white. It looks really great big, but when you start getting a little bit smaller, it kind of gets a little lost in there. Add a little bit more contrast to the yellow. Make it a little bit darker. I think that'll go a long way. This is a very easy website to review because it's very simple, straight to the point, which is not a problem. Things I would recommend adding to your website, probably a blog just to showcase and help Google search for you better. Change some colors just to make it a little bit more ADA and a little bit easier for people to read. And then just making sure that Atlanta is mentioned in these pages, so when people are searching for Atlanta photographer in your style, you will appear. So definitely recommend that. So, yeah, just beware of this yellow text. Can get a little lost, hard to read. Okay, and then the one on the galleries itself, you can see this can get a little hard to read as well. But other than that, I think it's a great looking website. Keep it up. And Matt, are you still here? If you do, can you tell me your website? Can you put it in our comments? If not, are you a PhotoBiz client? I can search for you. I'll give you time to respond. Can you tell me your website? Uh, yeah, I can look you up. Unless it's just under Matt Young. Otherwise, you can't give me the account number. while you do that, I'll look for your account. Give me a moment. I'm guessing it's probably under Matt Young, so let's look it up. All right, I think I found you. So let's pull it up. Okay, so is this your website? All right, I think this is your website. Cool. So let's take a look at your website together. And if there's anything that's, glaring that I would recommend taking it out or modifying, we can take a look at it then. So let me go ahead and pull it. There we go. All right, so right away, got this big, beautiful imagery, straight to the point, and get straight into here. Headshots, influencers, events, commercial. And then we have a rotating piece here. And then we get to see who you are. Matt Young. And it ends with a rotating banner. Okay. So, homepage wise, I think this is a strong start. We have your details here. You're Phoenix based. You're specializing in headshots, stuff like that. It looks really good. Something we could do is add a little bit of like brevity on it. This section is great because there's a great breathing room here. This section here kind of gets lost, and I don't know if people inherently know to click here to go to those sections for your gallery. So that's something I would definitely try to do to add a little brevity here. What we could do is, and it could be as simple as just pulling this section either down or into here, if that makes sense. Because then it looks like, oh, there's some elements here that we can modify or, click on. And it might be adding a little bit more space here because right now this all feels very connected. And I might not inherently as a user know that, oh, I can click on these next. Because I might keep scrolling through that and just think, oh, he does headshots, influencers, events, and commercial, but not know it's a clickable action, if that makes sense. So something like that might be something we would do in something like this. Okay, now let's go to another page. Headshots. Here, great information. Booking a session. I think that looks good. Something we could do with this is maybe center the button here, because we have everything very centered, and then all of a sudden it's just hanging out. Very simple, very elegant. I love the square blocks. I think this looks nice. Great bit of information on all these. What could I do to this page? I would definitely end the page so it doesn't have a dead end. So I would give it something here where it's something like, talking about booking with you, how they can connect with you, a call to action to drive into the next solution. Now let's talk, I think that would be really good on this page. We got a great start up here at the top. Maybe just add a little bit centered here, or have the ability to know that this is you can add an animation, like it can change black when they roll over it. I think that'd be nice, a little bit to know that this is something that they click on. Just adds a little bit more gravitas to the page as well. But then you could also end down here, ready for your session, book today, and then have a call to action button right there as well. So yeah, they got a lot of familiarity, similarities, which is good. That means its own brand looks really strong. Yeah. Same recommendation that I would put on this page as well, just making sure, because once they get down here, you're relying on them to scroll back up to do actions. Give them an action to do down here at the bottom as well. Same thing here. Looks great. Yeah, give them the same actions that we recommend on those other 2 pages. I think that'll be fine. Great information here. Looks good. Same recommendation here. So you can see you have that consistency. Now we just need to end that consistency the same way. Let's jump over to your blogs. Looks like you've been blogging, just started recently, which is good. So keep it up. You had one in June and September. You need one for November and December if you're able to get some. And you can always go back in your back catalog of information you've done as well, okay? Definitely recommend doing that. I think that just goes a long way. It just helps at the end of the day show that you're busy, but also helps with just getting some SEO synergy on your page when people are searching for you. Let's take a look at this. I like the name of this. It's great. Love the breakdown. Amazing. This is great. This is awesome. I like this one. That's a great article. Let's check out this one. Yeah, I really love your breakdowns. Keep blogging, man. These are great blogs. This just keeps a little bit like showing how thoughtful and articulate you are with making sure that you get the right strategy for your clientele, that you're making the best looking photo for them. And I really like that. And it shows how professional you are when you take yourself serious. So that's really good. Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, it looks really good. This page is strong too. Yeah, pretty straightforward. You know, there's just a few things. Again, I think the biggest thing on your homepage is making sure, peeling this apart, adding some brevity here. I can touch that page if you want me to. Just let me know in the comment section. And I can like mess with it since I found your website and I'm on the back end of it now. But I definitely would recommend doing something like that just to give this a little bit more spatial, visibility. Because right now it's kind of getting lost in there. And I think this is very important. And I love this section here. I think this would pair well with it. And then you could have the video with it as well. This and that could kind of combine. I can see this one's more about the tea. And this one seems to be about this person kind of like lifestyle. But you can tell an entire story, multiple types of stories throughout this. So if that's something you want to do, I don't mind if you paired them that way. I kind of get what you're going for. But I definitely think, and if you had to, if you want to remove one that you don't need. There's a lot of similarities here. Like you don't need that photo. This one could work here because it shows kind of a day in a life, right? So just things to consider. I think overall, there's some really strong visuals. Just I want this section to really stick out, Matt. Okay? All right. That's it for today. Again, if you have any questions, you can always check out our blog.photobiz.com. There's great stuff here, always available. Check out our latest features that we have. Check out our latest tips and tricks that we definitely recommend that can help boost your visibility online. Definitely want to check out our guides. If you want to break out more stuff about like specific topics, we have topics that you can go through that filter through all that stuff like SEO and things like that. Again, you can also check out our education.photobiz.com. If you want to book any options this way, guess what? We have coaching services. Here you can get one-on-one help. Just select one of the services that you prefer most, such as design assistant, e-commerce, client galleries, marketing, SEO, forms and contracts, anything. If you need help, 1 hour, we can do a lot in that time period. Definitely, trust me. The $150 is worth it. That's why it's one of our most popular services that we have available. You can also check out our upcoming events here as well. You can see this week was website reviews, but next week we're going to be talking about FAQs, how you can utilize them on your website, and how you can restructure them, and the importance of FAQs. We're going to talk about that as well. So it's going to be really, really vital. Then we're going to do website reviews right before we go into December because, hey, we're going to probably take a week off, cost of Thanksgiving. But you can see we'll roll right into that for another website review, and then we'll talk about how you can utilize PhotoBiz AI and how it can help with your business. You also have on-demand videos here. So we have a lot of, if you're just getting started, we have our quick start series here that you can watch anytime to help you get started with any strategy that you have available. You also could see our demos that we have available here as well. So if there's one particular product that you want to learn more about or set up, we have that directly here that can help you get going in no time. All right. I want to thank you all for joining me today.